Hi guys, today we're going to start our Giraffes Can Dance project. The first step is to draw our giraffe dancing. You can draw any giraffe you would like, but I'm going to show you how I break down the drawing on the left into lines and shapes to make it look just like the cover of the book. You can see I did that little spot on the top for the feet. Now I'm going to do that chunky L. Here comes the chunk right here. Then I'm going to do his belly, which is another rounded line. And then this line for the leg. And I'm paying attention to exactly how every line curves. I take the drawing in very small sections so I can fix anything that I might need to along the way. Going up around the hoof. Lots of bumps on the hoof. And then I'm gonna come back down to make the leg. His little knee joint there. Back up to the body. And then I'm gonna continue this line for the trunk. It's got a really long trunk. And I'm looking at the bumps that the head makes. Following that along. Up like this, create the head. It's got an ear out here. Those two little bumps on his head. I don't even know what those bumps are called. Probably should Google that. Next, another little ear. Then I'm going to take my line and go back up on the other side of the neck here. Nice curve. And go to a little bump on his back. I'm gonna do the tail that comes out from here. It's looking pretty silly right now. Tail back up. Next, I'm going to attach to that leg that I started. Notice I'm not doing the leg from behind or the other one in the front there because those are actually behind the ones that I want to do first. It's called overlapping. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go back in and I'm going to do those other legs that I missed along the way. Because they're not part of the original shape I wanted to do, they're actually behind. So again, I'm doing the bumps of the knee, making sure I go up and pick up my oil pastel and then put it back down so I don't have lines that cross over each other. Because remember, that first shape I did should be in front and the second shape should be in the back. So I'm picking up my oil pastel when I go around that first leg to make it look like the other leg I'm drawing right now is in the back. I'm going to do the same thing here. I'm going to make that leg that goes down. Once you get that back leg done, you are done with the original line drawing for your giraffe. Next, what you're going to do is you're going to draw the moon. So just a circle at the top, and I'm just barely shading it in. I'm going to add a few stars, just in those empty spaces I have. And I'm just doing that by doing an X and then a plus. Next, I'm going to add some yellow, and I'm not really going solid with it. I'm actually just leaving some black spaces, just going with a little bit of line because I am going to go back over this with a pattern. So I don't want it to be completely solid. Next, I'm going to add the giraffe pattern using organic shapes. So remember, organic shapes aren't those geometric ones where we can define them. They kind of are all a little bit different. So when I look at a giraffe, the pattern is made by organic shapes. They're kind of free form. They don't really have a certain way we do them, but they kind of fit together like a puzzle. So I'm just going to add some of those organic shapes in there to make the giraffe pattern, and it doesn't have to look exactly like the book. I'm just kind of coming up with my own thing here. Next, I'm going to get a little bit of brown. I'm going to get right at the end of the tail here, but I'm also going to add a mane to the back of the neck. So next, I'm just going to take a little bit of white, and I'm going to blend some of that on the edges that face the moon. The reason I'm doing this is something called value. Because those edges are the closest to our light source, it makes it look more three-dimensional if I add a little bit of white to those areas. Next, you're going to make a face. I mean, you could make a face while you're drawing, but actually what I really want you to do is make a face on the giraffe using black. Then I'm going to add some details with the black, like the tops of those little knobs that are on the top of the giraffe's head and on the hooves. There's also some darker areas that are furthest from the moon, adding again that value. So next we're going to do probably my favorite part of the project, which is adding those movement lines. So I kind of look to see what my giraffe is doing, and then I create lines that mimic the same movement that the giraffe is doing. So as you can see, I kind of take a line that's parallel to my giraffe and I make it curl around and continue the pattern until I run out of paper. So have fun with these. Make it move along with your giraffe just to give it that sense of movement. It really looks like my giraffe can dance, doesn't it? Now, just like I did with the white, I'm going to go back in with some blues. And I'm going to start layering some different blues on top of the whites. Still keeping with that movement, but it's also going to make it look more like a night sky. Next, I'm going to add a little bit of blue to the moon on the left-hand side. Once you finish that up, you're done. Doesn't it look amazing? Make sure to upload a picture for me. Miss you guys.